Verse 64. Anivarti nivrutatma Sankshepta kshema krichivaha Srivatsavakshaha Srivasaha Sripatihi Srimatambaraha. Anivarti nivrutatma Sankshepta kshema krichivaha Srivatsavakshaha Srivasaha Sripatihi Srimatambaraha. Anivarti means never retreating, one who knows no retreat from any battle. Here it is a metaphor. The battle or a clash between the Devas and Asuras is a metaphor for the continuous permanent conflict between the good and the evil tendencies within everybody, within society. Now, Mahavishnu always takes the sides of the good, of the noble, and in this battle, he never retreats. For example, when Prahalada was being tormented by his own father, Hiranyakashipu, Mahavishnu appears as Narasimha and then tackles Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was a terror to the entire world. Nobody had the guts to face him. But here Mahavishnu appears in more ferocious form and tackles him. He never retreats. He will rush wherever the devotees are there to help them. Similar story appears in Gajendra Moksha, where he comes running to rescue his devotee, that is a Gajendra, from the evil force of a Makara crocodile. So he who never turns back from dharma, he is a friend and protector of the noble and the saintly. By nature, he is withdrawn, but by nature, he is withdrawn from what? From sensual desires. Nivratatma means the restrained soul, one who is fully restrained from the indulgences of the senses, which normally run after the sense objects. It is true of our individuals, each individual also. As long as we identify with our experiences, with our body, our mind, and intellect, and then allow the mind to roam around in the sense objects, objects for the mind, emotions, objects of the body, emotions for the mind, and thoughts of the intellect. Our attention is dissipated, it is wasted, and is not available for the main purpose of life, which is contemplation of the higher, the supreme consciousness, the self within each of us. Narayana is the Atman in the Atman in all of us. To reach him, we have to keep away from the indulgences of the senses. Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives a warning in verse 67 of chapter 2. He says, if we allow the mind to follow even one of the roving senses, then it will carry away our intellect. He gives an example of a small boat in a water which is carried away by a powerful wind. Because each sense object is like a powerful wind by which it will carry the boat astray. Indriyanam hicharatam yat manonuvidhiyate yat manah anuvidhiyate. That means whichever mind is allowed to follow even one of the roving senses, asya harati prajnam, such an individual's intellect harati is lost, like vayuhu navam iva ambhasi, a boat in water, a boat in open water, the way it is carried away by powerful wind, our intellect is also carried away. It is no longer in our control if we allow our mind to follow even one of the roving senses. Indriyanam hicharatam यन्मनोनु विधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि. Mahavishnu is responsible not only for creation but also for dissolution of the universe. Sankshepta. Here, meaning is very clear. Whether you use the word Mahavishnu or Shiva or Brahma, they are all one and the same. There are only three aspects. The so-called Trinity are only three aspects of one common, one indivisible, supreme power. Now, Sankshepta. So, as a person, as a being responsible for dissolution, what he does is he absorbs, he does not really destroy, he only dissolves, he absorbs within himself the entire universe of the multiplicity of beings. All the names and forms which you see in the universe, these are all compressed together into a very, very subtle form, Sukshma Rupa, and this remains safe in the safe custody of the Supreme Being. Here, what he does is he compresses them. So he's called Sankshepta. You can also use the name, you can read it as Asankshepta. Here it means one who never abandons his devotees. No, because Mahavishnu is concerned with the welfare of all the beings, he does only good for them. So he's called Kshema Krit, doer of good. He protects and guides the devotees. Kshema signifies protecting what has been gained. It actually includes even yoga, because yoga kshema are read together. It includes yoga, which means acquiring what we don't have and protecting what already we have got is kshema. Yoga and kshema. So one of the most significant verses of Bhagavad Gita, which is bang in the middle of the Bhagavad Gita, in the ninth chapter, almost middle of the ninth chapter, verse 22. Ananyas chintayanto mam e janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. To a person who is extremely devoted to me, who is always thinking of me, who is worshipping me, that is called Ananya Chinta, Ananyaha Chinta, without any other thought, without seeking any other avenue. And one who thinks of me, worships me, to such a person, I take care of them. I grant yoga and kshema. Yoga kshema can have a lot of meanings. One is yoga in a simple sense, it means giving you what we don't have. Shema is protecting what we have. The higher meaning is granting union with the supreme bliss. That means taking you within himself. Ananya Sintayanto Ma E Janaha Paryupasate Tesha Nitya Adhiyuktana Yoga Kshemam Vahami Aham is a categorical assurance given by Lord Vishnu. I grant yoga, I grant kshema to such devotees. Now, since he is doing only good for the devotees, he is the purifier. He is extremely auspicious. He is Shivaha. Shivaha means purifier, conferrer of auspiciousness. Vishnu is a personification of purity and auspiciousness. Now, interestingly, you can see here one of the names of Mahavishnu in Vishnu Sahasranaama is Shiva. Shiva is supposedly one of the devotees, one of the deities. We may mistakenly we think these three are different. Brahma for creation, Vishnu for sustenance, Shiva for dissolution. We can think these three are watertight. They are not. They are only, there is no difference between Shiva and Vishnu. Because all these are one and the same. Shiva himself declares, I am the dweller of Vaikuntha, Vishnu. And he also says, between us, there is no difference. It is only the ignorant who think they are two different things. So they are synonymous. You can use any name. Ultimately, we are referring to as one single supreme consciousness. So Vishnu is the purifier. When you say Vishnu is Shiva, Vishnu the purifier. His names, when chanted, his divine form, when meditated upon, becomes a means of quietening the mind and sharpening our perceptions of the subtle and transcendental, which is not visible, which is not accessible to the normal five senses. Grahyaha. Otherwise, he becomes Shivaha. Now, as an eloquent symbol of his affection for devotees, he sports on his chest the mark of Maharshi Bhrugu's feet, Sri Vatsa Vakshaha. Sri Vatsa Vaksha is the mark of Bhrugu. So this is a very interesting story. Bhrigu Maharshi goes to test all the three Trinity. When he comes to Mahavishnu, he finds Mahavishnu is preoccupied with Mahalakshmi. And then, in a fit of anger, Bhrigu Maharshi literally kicks, puts his feet on the chest of Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu, instead of getting angry or irritated, holds the feet of Bhrigu and tells him, maybe your feet is hurt by touching my harsh and firm chest. This is his nobility. This is Bhakta Vatsalya. And he is sporting that footprint even now on his chest. Sri Vatsa. Now, Sri Vatsa, he's putting, he's, he's exhibiting the Sri Vatsa on his chest. On the same chest, he has also given place. He has given abode for Mahalakshmi on his chest. So he is called Sri Vasaha. Sri Vasaha is abode of Lakshmi, abode of Shri, the dwelling place of Mother Lakshmi, the symbol of prosperity. This term also means Shri. Shri means all glory, all riches. All these always dwell in the bosom of love and beauty. So they are together. Since Mahalakshmi is always residing on his chest, devotees need not seek blessings of Mahalakshmi separately. There is a mistake here, not is missing. Devotees need not seek her blessings separately. For the same reason, he is called Shripatihi, the consort of Mahalakshmi. He is the Lord of Lakshmi. He is the consort of Lakshmi. So during great churning of the ocean of milk, there arose Lakshmi from it, holding a lotus in her hand, and she was free to choose anybody. She chose among all the gods Lord Vishnu as her beloved husband. Hence Narayana is Shripati, the Lord of Shri. The supreme Shakti of him is declared to be various. Svetasvara Upanishad. Shri represents energy. He is Parashakti in the entire universe. Narayana is the one vital truth that functions through Parashakti, and he gives her the dynamism to act and to accomplish. Thus, Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi are identical in all respects, like beauty, power, behavior, jnana, that is wisdom, and bhakta vasalyaha, love and affection for the devotees. Hanuman beautifully describes this in Sundarakanda when he says, thinking of Rama and Sita, he says, Tulya Sheela Vayovrittam. Rama and Sita are equal in all respects. Now, every deity is supposed to be doing good for you, no doubt about it. But among all the devotees, he is the greatest among the great. Srimatam Varaha. Srimatam Varaha means best among those blessed with Mahalakshmi, with prosperity. The best among those who have glory in life. Shri. So, Shri is Narayana. He is Sriman Narayana. The Rig, the Yajus, and Sama are the imperishable wealth of the wise. Now, Shri here can mean the Vedas. Narayana is the one who is the best among those who know the Vedas. One more meaning, Varaha, Srimatam Varaha. Varaha means one who blesses. The Srimatam Varaha means Vishnu, who is the Lord of all the Vedas, blesses all. All means here all great students, seekers, and those who study the Vedas. Mahavishnu is also the one who bestows all wealth and prosperity on devotees. So far, we have seen in this verse, there are four names are there in this verse, which commence with Sri. The very next verse contains 10 names, almost all of which, 9 of these, they appear with the prefix Sri. Sridhaka, Srishaka, Srinivasaha, Srinidhi, Srivibhavanaha, Sridharaha, Srikaraha, Sreyaha, Sriman, Lokatraya Ashrayaha. Hence, these two verses, 64 and 65, are considered especially auspicious and beneficial. So, traditionally, these two verses are read together. Okay, with this, we'll conclude and we'll take up verse 65 in the next part. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.